Altair. Oh, there's a bus! I do enjoy the buses. I don't enjoy pizza, though. That's a me thing. I don't have anything against it, like coffee. Just don't like pizza myself. Alright. As agreed, we'll trust you to escort those two back, Dudley. Right. We have it under control. Father Kevin, allow me to express my gratitude. But I would have preferred it if you had contacted us beforehand. Well, I would have liked to. Thing is, those Growlsritter aren't exactly welcoming Crossbell. I take it that we have the head of Crossbell Cathedral, Archbishop Erolda, to thank for that? Alright. Sister Marble mentioned something before about the Growlsritter being experts of thaumaturgy. Yep, that's one of the things we do. Long story short, stuff happened and now the Archbishop sorta hates our guts. He prohibited the Growlsritter from setting foot in Crossbell. Like, ever again. Archbishop Erolda. Met him once. Didn't exactly strike me as friendly. Strict is more like it. There's strict and then there's Erolda. It's one of a kind, that man. Then again, given the stuff we do, can't blame him. It's no wonder a saint like him would hate us. Stuff you do? I've heard cases involving artifact retrieval can turn ugly fast. Regardless, you really helped us out back there, Kevin. Thank you once again. Didn't I owe you one anyways, Arios? Truth be told, I wish I could tag along to see what's going on with this cult stuff. Well, I don't want to get on the Archbishop's bad side, so give me a ring if you learn anything new, okay? Sure. I'll contact you through the guild if I come across anything. Lloyd, Sergeant Major Seeker, you two did excellent work. I don't know. I don't feel like I was particularly useful, if I'm being honest. Not true, Sergeant Major. You're a huge help. If anything, I feel like I'm the one who let us down. I should have been able to follow through and make the rest without relying on outside help. Don't be so conceited. You knew from the beginning that this was an arrest by the Special Support Section in name only. Regardless, would you really call what you did worthless? Well, humility is well and good, but objective self-assessment and situational awareness are essential for a senior detective. You may have only been acting with the 1st Division for training, but you should still take that to heart. Dudley. He struggles with handing out compliments, doesn't he? Just say he did a good job already. Oh, shut up. Anyway, Mannings. With this, your 1st Division training is now complete. Take what you've learned here and use it as you move forward with the SSS. I will. Thanks for everything. Alright. I'll be going on ahead. I look forward to the next time we get to work together. Same here. Good work, everyone. Take care, boys! Aren't you two a lucky pair? Even if they are in different professions, man, it's still nice to have two role models like that to look up to. It absolutely is. Agreed. Chief Sergei as well. So now what? You two gonna take the train back to Crossbell? That's the plan. Alright. What are you gonna do now, Father Kevin? Crossbell is only one station from here. We'd love to have you visit so we can give you the thanks you deserve. I appreciate the offer, but there's someone I have to meet after this. Truth be told, I wouldn't mind getting my grubby mitts on more info about the cult. The DG cult. Is the church looking into it too? No, not exactly. Last time we officially involved ourselves with them was during that incident 4 years ago. 4 years ago? Wouldn't that be after the suppression operation carried out by the Bracer Guild, National Armies, and police forces? You heard me right. The church had to bust down a lodge that had slipped through the cracks. Just between you and me, that lodge was said to be the worst. The rituals they were conducting there make the human experiments here in Altair look like child's play in comparison. You don't say. Disgusting. They were the lowest of the low. Darius bailed me out back then. Since I still owed him big time, this worked out pretty well. I'd say so. Thanks to you, we were able to take the fugitive alive. How about gratitude? We couldn't have done it without you. Nah. It's just like Specs said. It's because of you he survived. Because of me? How? Well, when things were at their worst, it was your words that got through to him. Not for that, I probably wouldn't have been able to do anything. You think so? Yes, I'm sure of it. It was thanks to you that he was able to regain himself, Lloyd. Sergeant Major? The Special Support Section, eh? If we ever get the chance, I'd love to hear more about it. This Colts incident should be settled, but you never know what else could pop up. Yeah, I'd like that too. I guess this is goodbye for now. It was nice meeting you. Right back at you. Ah, it's so good to see Kevin again. So that's Lloyd, huh? He has a lot of potential. Guess that explains how he was able to give Estelle and Joshua the help they needed. Still, the odds look like they'll be stacked against him this time. Kevin? Hehehe, of course she has food. Hey, aren't you late? What's with the bag? That little stand over there sells Altair specialty, roasted chestnuts. Ooh, sounds delectable. Fresh from the oven and exquisitely sweetened. They're delicious. That doesn't mean you have to buy an entire bag of them. Hey, gonna be okay on your own? I could tag along, you know. No, thanks. Knowing your track record, our cover would be blown in an instant. I'd rather Archbishop Rold not burn me at the stake for sneaking you in. Would he really go that far? Then again, I don't think he'll ever forgive what happened with Owen from the Congregation for Divine Worship. Since that incident, he's had zero tolerance for the Congregation for Sacraments. That's exactly why it's best if I go undercover by myself. You know that, don't you, Kevin? Fine, I get it. Honestly, though, why did the boss lady have to send you into the lion's den alone? I think she made the right choice. Don't do anything reckless while I'm away. Do I make myself clear, Kevin? I don't want you causing trouble for Caesar and Marcia. Fine, message received. But be careful, okay, Reese? There's no telling how bad things are going to get. Call me if it gets too hairy over there. And don't forget about our trump card. I'll keep that in mind. Is the situation truly that bad? Yeah, Crossbell's the kind of place where the sacred and profane are intertwined. It looks like the snakes are starting to slither around in the shadows again. Ouroboros. The City of Sin. Might not be long till Crossbell lives up to that name. It's a choo-choo train. I do enjoy the choo-choo trains. Oh, look, eastern outskirts of Crossbell, Tangram Hill. I just love the design of this train so much. I'd love a model of it, I really would. Tangram Gate, and again, Geofront, you've done so well, like with the upscaling of everything to make it look real. There's a chest there. Like to make everything look good in HD and all that type of stuff. Like it looks so good. I'm glad we were able to accomplish the mission. Honestly, I was nervous I would only get in the way. You shouldn't worry so much. Commander Bowles has a lot of faith in you. He gave a sterling recommendation. I'm excited to have you on board, Sergeant Major. Happy to be here. Oh, but there's one thing. Well, I'll be working under you for the time being. I'm not in uniform, so you don't have to call me by my rank. Oh, yeah, you have a point. Would you prefer if I called you by your first name? I wouldn't mind at all. Oh, then, well. I look forward to working with you. Oh, and don't worry about addressing me any differently just because you're new to the SSS. We're the same age and colleagues, so it wouldn't make sense for you to treat me like a superior. What? You still want me to call you Lloyd? Can't do that, there's no way. I'm the rookie here and you're our leader. No, really, don't worry about it. It's not like any Randy and Tio refer to me any differently. Yeah, but I'm not used to being so casual around my superiors. If I start now, I may never be able to go back. But if you say so, Lloyd, I'll give being casual my all. Not like that. You don't have to force yourself, Noelle. I never thought you'd take this so seriously. I think I get it from my dad. He was always strict with Fran and I growing up, and wanted us to be self-disciplined. Oh, so that's what your father is like. Wait, I know I've met your mother before, but Dad passed away about 10 years ago. He was in the Guardian Force too and died in an accident while on duty. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Was he the one who inspired you to join the CGF? Maybe so. Honestly, never really thought about it. I joined because I wanted to protect Crossbell. I suppose he was the same way. Goes for Fran too, even if her way of doing it is different. Now I get it. Lloyd? Sorry, it's nothing. I'm thankful you agreed to join the SSS. We're short on manpower at the moment. There could be some tough fights ahead for us too. Your joining is a blessing. I'm glad to be of help. But with the Mafia gone, shouldn't things be a lot safer in Crossbell? There's still Heiyue to contend with, but they don't seem to be making any conspicuous movements. Not on the surface, at least. There's no denying that Revache did play an important role. In a sense, they helped maintain order in Crossbell. We're almost there. The Mafia was helping keep the peace, in a manner of speaking. Think about the unique situation Crossbell finds itself in. Although it has autonomy, the state is constantly interfered with by the two neighboring major powers. There are a lot of loopholes in our criminal justice system, and virtually no restrictions on immigration. It's no surprise when terrorist organizations or a crime syndicate like Heiyue are found taking root here. Oh. So up until now, Revache's presence had been suppressing the worst of it. Hate to admit it, but yes. They brought a sense of order to the criminal underworld. However, Revache is no more, thanks to their involvement in the cult incident. In other words, the balance of power is gone. Yeah, same can be said of the Imperial and Republican factions' Diet members who fell from grace. With their mouthpieces gone, the major powers will likely be even more blatant with their interference. That's precisely why I think the new mayor has high expectations of us. Now I'm starting to get it. That's why Ellie, Tia, and Randy are on leave from the SSS, isn't it? Exactly. They've been strengthening our team's relations so we can coordinate and handle these new challenges better when the time comes. I was also given the opportunity to train with the 1st Division and learned a lot too. But with the SSS resuming operation and us being short-handed, I had to recruit some fresh blood. It was an honor to have been asked. Oh, that reminds me. About what? The other new member. I met him once before, right? Kinda surprised someone like him would want to join. How did he end up getting recruited? Oh, him. Well, just when we had begun to scout new members, he came to us. Even had a letter of recommendation from the mayor. We couldn't turn him away. The mayor gave him a recommendation? Yeah, it was his thanks for having helped during the crisis at the IBC building. Don't even know where he heard the SSS was looking for new members. Or for that matter, why he'd be interested in joining. Well, he said it seemed necessary. That's one way to sign up, I suppose. It's not like he's a bad guy or anything. His background is a mystery, but he does have connections to the underworld and experience working as a host. That makes him sound even shadier when I say it out loud, doesn't it? I'm sure everything will be fine. Probably. He did come off as a bit sarcastic and rude, but didn't strike me as a bad person. I appreciate you saying that. Honestly, I was afraid you'd be opposed to him joining. Well, I haven't forgotten about him teasing me. But if I had to say, I think he has more fun picking on you, Lloyd. Don't I know it? Maybe I shouldn't mention just how amusing Fran finds that part. Attention all passengers. You'll be arriving in Crossbell City shortly. Passengers bound for Le Bourg and Revache by airship, please make your way to the airport upon arrival. Additionally, per Zemurian Railroad Corporation bylaws, this train will remain in Crossbell Station for 30 minutes upon arrival. Passengers bound for Erebonia, please have your entry application ready for the inspection officer. That went by pretty fast. Guess we're only one stop away. Yeah, even though we're only gone for a few days, still feels good to be home. Same here. Aww. Just a little bit more and we'll be together again. Hope you didn't miss me too much, Kia. Also, I should probably get back to Bell. Maybe something that I can assist Uncle in the office with. Yeah, of course. I should stock up on supplies and double check our equipment while I still can. Anyway, I'll catch you later. Right, of course. Lloyd, once we've restored this whole mess, would you like to continue with our unfinished business? Huh? Never mind. See you later. We've both been busy since then and haven't had the chance to talk about it. When she comes back, I think I'll finally be ready to continue our unfinished business. What am I saying? This is Ellie. I'm thinking about I'm gonna have to take this more seriously. Lloyd? Huh? What? I'm good. I mean, I'm just tired, that's all. Can't wait to get back to the SSS building and crash. What's gone into Lloyd? Love. Oh! There's a cutscene with the train. It's the cutscene with the train. I do love trains. Big smile on my face again. Oh, it's so good to be back. Crossbell Station. He's clearly late. I wonder if that's Bond. I know he ends up in our Erebonia at some point. Lloyd!
Oh. Kia! 迎えに来てくれたのか?
Aw, he's adorable. Of course. I heard you'd be coming home today.
大丈夫? どこも怪我をしてない?
No, I'm fine. I'm home, Kia. Welcome home, Lloyd. Welcome home to you too, Noelle. It's good to be back, Kia. No way! That's fun. Oh, friend.
お姉ちゃんが無事でよかった。おかえりなさい。怪我とかしてないよね?
Can't you see I'm perfectly fine? It's only been a few days. Aren't you overreacting a little? You don't get it at all. It's not a matter of time. Isn't that right, Kia? Yeah, exactly. Now it really does feel like we're home.
ロイド、おかえりなさい。
Oh. Ellie, you're back already.
つい昨日にね。おじい様の手伝いも終わったし、私も今日から復帰できるわ。
That's great. Hey, Lloyd, Ellie, why are you two looking at each other like that? No reason. That's right. It's just been so long since we last saw each other. It's good to see him again. Look at those two lovebirds. I didn't realize they had that kind of relationship. Well, it doesn't seem to be entirely set in stone. So maybe you still have a chance? What? Who said I was... Oh, and Noelle. Thank you for all that you've done already. Hope things weren't too dangerous. I know how reckless Lloyd can be sometimes. No, it wasn't any trouble at all, Ellie. If I remember correctly, you were accompanying Speaker McDowell on his tour across the continent, right? Yes. Although I don't know how much help I truly was. However, I did come across a lot of useful information while traveling. You did? Look forward to hearing about it later. Now that you're here, we just need Tio and Randy to come home too. Well, they should both be back by the end of the month. More importantly, Lloyd, were you able to close the case? Yes, we managed to arrest both of them safely. Dudley and Arios have them in custody. Got it. And I guess that wraps up the cold case, doesn't it? I'm sure you know this, but with that settled and your training over, I need you to get back into the swing of things. Yeah, of course. As you, Noel, welcome aboard. You good to go, starting today, yeah? Noel Seeker. Start your day, I am honored to be a member of the Special Support Section. Wow. Now you're officially part of the team, Noe. Yeah, you don't have to be so formal. I'm sure Sonia told you, but we have our own way of doing things. So for now, lose the military formalities. I'll try.
揃っているみたいだね。
Oh. Wazzy. Here's Wazzy.
お勤めご苦労様。その調子だとうまくいったみたいだね。
Yeah, it was thanks to your intel that we were able to get in touch with an informant in Altair. Where do you even get info like that? It takes a snake to know a snake, as they say. It was all for you. I'm glad I could be of service. What? Wow. Too close. Why are you nuzzling up to me? What a silly question. Because I thought your reaction would be interesting, obviously. Come on now. Honestly, Wazzy. He really is a strange guy. Wazzy's always having fun. Must be nice to be in the SSS. It has Noe, Kier, and even Lloyd getting flustered all under one roof. No, that's not something you should be jealous of, Fred. Seriously, knock it off already. Listen up. These are the starting members of your renewed Special Support Section. Its leader, Lloyd Bannings.
Hi.
Second in command, Ellie McDowell.
Hi.
Guardian Force Transfer, Noel Seeker.
Hi.
Lloyd. And our associate member, Wazzy Hemisphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say. As of 6:30 p.m. today, I hereby declare the resumption of the Special Support Section. Look forward to another mountain of fun jobs I'll be throwing your way. No, we will. We will. No, I'm not going to skip it in case you're wondering. Because I know most of this stuff because... Cold Steel. Where's the bell? Never trust the bells. I was told there's pretty much no spoilers in this, by the way, as well, which is like, that's good. I will be looking out for stuff that potentially relates to Newton from now on, because we have played that, and I very much think it's connected, because, spoilers for Newton, Zemurian ore is there. I mean, how? How? Like, I know what that is. Trade conference. Trade conference! I've been waiting since Cold Steel 1 to see the trade conference. Yes, and the giant freaking tree. Finally get answers. At long last. It's gonna be so cool. And again, thank you, Geofront. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Probably best I make a save at this point, though, isn't it?
さすが皆さんです。
Assume I did okay there? I don't know. I'm going into it blind, so... Let's make a save. 2 days after the arrest at Altair Lodge. Oh, it's good. There's Haas! The balloon seller! I'm glad to see he's doing okay. Everyone else I'm not too fussed about, but Haas? Oh, what's going on here then? That's a lot of tarp. I think how much that would cost in tarp. Here we go. Already have a few. I remember these. These are the support requests the SSS does every day, right? Yep. We get them every day in a single batch, usually. It's up to us to decide how many of them we'll respond to. Any requests marked urgent have to be dealt with no matter what. That sounds reasonable. So if we're too slow to finish them, can we leave them for tomorrow? Sure, that's fine sometimes. Whenever we check the terminal, it'll let us know how much time we have remaining. We can also check their status in the detective notebook. The detective notebook? You mean that little black book you write in every so often, Nelly? Yes, this one. We write any new developments on our investigations and support requests in it. It's a good way to keep track of multiple cases at once. Also, it serves as a manual for our technical orbits, the Enigma. That's pretty nifty. Although I kinda get the feeling your little notebook will become orbalized one day. You're right. Heard from Tio that the Foundation is already researching it. Feel like I'd be against orbalizing it, to be honest. Agreed. I think old-fashioned paper and pen are the perfect match. Anyway, this is how we do things at the Special Support section. Let's start by checking the details of those requests on the terminal. Roger, Lloyd. I look forward to seeing what's in store. When you inspect the terminal of the SSS and choose Check Requests, a list of available support requests is displayed. Support requests marked as urgent are required to be completed. Note that completing any urgent request will advance the story. Other support requests are optional, but doing them earns you a mirror and DP. Be careful not to take too long, they may expire. Oh, it's lovely. Should check their orbits straight off. That quartz, how are we doing here? We've got no other master quartz. And nothing else there, so it's like pointless even having a look. Well, I could report, but let's try reporting at this point.
皆さん、どうもお疲れ様です。
Hello, Fran.
あれ？報告可能な依頼はないみたいですね。またよろしくお願いします。
Right, so we got Enigma 2 training. Client is Wendy. CPD Headquarters requested that I give you guys a short lesson on how to operate your Enigma 2s. Just in case you somehow forget, you can find me in my usual spot. And forgot. The customer service counter in the Orbal store in Genton, right off of Central Square. And verifying the Imperial Secretary. First Investigative Division. A few days ago, the First Division Intel Network received unconfirmed information that an Imperial Secretary, Lecter Arundel, has entered Crossbell. Request that the Special Support Section verify the authenticity of this report. Report to Police Headquarters for details. Thank you, Emma. Lecter's about. I mean, I knew he would be, but still, not this early. Maison Imelda Monster Extermination. Okay, so state government. A dangerous monster, Superior Mosquito, has been sighted in the downtown apartment building Maison Imelda. Request that the special support section deal with this threat swiftly. Please retrieve the apartment key from Imelda, the owner of the antique shop, in the back alley. West Crossbell Highway Monster Extermination. We can go to the highways already? A dangerous monster, Bubbly Scissors G, has been sighted on West Crossbell Highway. We ask that the special support section deal with this threat swiftly. And there are 2 urgent cases and 2 monster exterminations. Putting aside that Enigma 2 request, the other one seems pretty unique. Right, didn't know Lecter had returned to Crossbell. You mean that young guy pretending to be stupid at the Schwarz auction, right? His act didn't fool me at all. I could tell he was far from ordinary. I read a file on him back when I first training with the 1st Investigative Division. He's Captain Lecter Arundel of the Imperial Army's Intelligence Division. He also appears to be a 2nd Secretary for the Imperial Government. He's part of their intelligence agency? He's an intelligence officer who is highly capable of handling political affairs. His elusive nature must be something he trained hard for, too. I'd wager half of it comes naturally, though. Anyway, considering he's an Imperial Secretary and intelligence officer, does that mean he's the famous Blood and Iron Chancellor's confidant? How does he know so much? Yeah, according to the 1st Division's intel, he reports directly to Chancellor Osborne. They confirmed he visited Crossbell with the Chancellor himself last year to have informal talks with Speaker Hartman. He even said so himself. We all saw he was joking, but who would have thought it was all true? In other words, we're dealing with someone who is anything but normal. Well, isn't this interesting? But handling support requests within the city is our highest priority, right? Yes. We'll have to go on the highway for that monster extermination, so we can leave for that later. It's been a few months since Revache's demise. Things are already beginning to move in the underworld, slowly, but surely. Heiyue's involvement and the Imperial government's actions. Sure, that trade conference at the end of the month will play a large role. I cannot wait for the freaking trade conference. I have been waiting so long for the trade conference. What trade conference? There's an international conference coming up that the mayor proposed. A few world leaders are supposed to be in town. Exactly. Our new mayor, Dieter Croy, is sponsoring it. It's an economic conference where he, along with representatives from Erebonia, Calvard, Le Bourg, and Revache will meet. Its official name is the West Zemuria Trade Conference. I would have never guessed that he'd organize such a large-scale conference so quickly after assuming office. Suppose it's something only the CEO of the illustrious IBC could pull off. I've never met the man, but sounds incredibly capable. You've met him once before, right, was he? Yep. Back when I got a letter of recommendation. I was surprised he'd hand over a rec to join the police to some street punk. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but he's too generous for his own good. This is no laughing matter, was he? I talked to him about it. He let out his typical boisterous laugh and commented on how interesting a kid you were. Oh, you guys are hard at it already, eh? Chief Sergei. Good morning, sir. Howdy, soldier. The SSS is pretty hands-off. You can do as you see fit. I don't plan to interfere unless the situation is dire. Okay. You're a surprisingly kind-hearted leader, aren't you? I don't know if I'd put it like that. The chief is only hands-off because watching over us would be too bothersome. You know me too well. However, today is an exception. You'll be receiving a direct order from me. What? From you, Chief? Yeah. It can wait until you've finished handling your support request, though. You'll be going to the police academy. The police academy? You mean on West Crossbell Highway? It's right next to the CGF's training grounds. Yeah, well, you and Lloyd are well acquainted with it already, I'm sure. I'll ring you with my enigma once I'm ready for you. Until then, work through your support requests and patrol the city. Sure, we can do that. What are you up to, Chief? You'll just have to wait and see. I'll contact you later. I'm heading out. What is he up to indeed? Sorry, Noel, but this is how the SSS operates. Well, if you look at it positively, he's fostering our independence and honing our judgment. But still... Right, how ingenious of Chief Cirque. Well, that's one way of putting it. So, are we going to check out the city? We sure are. Oh yeah, Kia said she was about to leave for Sunday school. Since the Chief already left, we should be the ones to see her off. Absolutely. Let's go to the 3rd floor and see if Kia's ready. Well, I'm actually going to end this part here, and the next part we'll do sort of our first set of rounds, I imagine. Won't be editing like we do, because, well, we've not been here in a while and things have changed. We need to see where people are, how things... Like, what's the lay of the land is basically how I would put it. So we'll see you in the next part. Probably with the rounds. Not 100%, because I don't know. Something might happen when we go upstairs, something may happen when we leave, I don't know. But we'll see what happens in the next part. Ta-ta for now.